2002 National Electrical Code does not provide specific requirements for the burial depths of cable television wiring running to residential dwellings. This means that the NEC, at the national level, does not mandate a particular depth at which cable television lines must be buried when they serve a home. However, it's crucial to understand that the absence of a national standard in the NEC does not imply the absence of any requirements whatsoever. It simply means that the NEC defers to other authorities on this particular aspect of cable television installations. The first place to investigate is local ordinances. Many municipalities, cities, counties, or other local jurisdictions have their own specific regulations regarding the installation of various types of wiring, including cable television. These local rules often address burial depths, conduit requirements, and other installation details that are not covered by the NEC. It is essential to contact the local building department or permitting office to inquire about any applicable ordinances before commencing any cable television wiring project. These local authorities can provide the most accurate and up-to-date information on the rules that apply in a particular area. Secondly, cable television companies themselves may have their own internal standards or requirements for installations. While these standards are not legally binding in the same way that the NEC or local ordinances are, they often reflect best practices and are designed to ensure the reliability and longevity of the cable television system. It is advisable to consult with the cable television provider to determine if they have any specific recommendations or requirements for burial depths or other installation aspects. Thirdly, it's important to consider industry standards and best practices. Even if neither the NEC nor local ordinances nor the cable television company specifies a particular burial depth, following industry best practices can help to ensure safe and reliable installation. Common sense considerations also play a role. For example, burying the cable at a sufficient depth to protect it from physical damage from gardening tools, lawnmowers, or other activities is a prudent practice. Generally, a burial depth of at least 6 inches is recommended to avoid most common sources of damage. However, deeper burial may be necessary in areas with heavy traffic or rocky soil. Fourthly, the type of cable being used can also influence the appropriate burial depth. Direct burial cable, which is specifically designed to be buried without additional protection, may be suitable for shallower burial depths than other types of cable that require conduit or other forms of protection. The manufacturer's specifications for the cable should always be consulted to determine the appropriate installation methods and burial depths. Fifthly, the presence of other underground utilities is a critical factor to consider. Before digging any trench for cable television wiring, it is essential to contact the local utility companies to locate any existing underground utilities such as gas lines, water lines, and electrical lines. These utilities should be clearly marked to avoid accidental damage during excavation. Most jurisdictions have a call before you dig service that can be used to locate underground utilities free of charge. Striking an underground utility line can be extremely dangerous and can result in serious injury or property damage. Sixthly, the NEC, while not specifically addressing cable television burial depths, does contain general requirements for low voltage wiring that may be relevant. For example, Article 725 of the NEC covers Class 2 and Class 3 remote control, signaling, and power limited circuits. While cable television wiring is not typically classified as a Class 2 or Class 3 circuit, the general principles of Article 725 may provide some guidance on safe wiring practices. It's crucial to understand that although the 2002 NEC doesn't dictate burial depths for cable TV runs, it's always best to check local ordinances. These ordinances are often more specific and tailored to the unique conditions of a particular geographic area. They might stipulate minimum burial depths to protect the cable from damage due to frosty soil conditions or other local factors. When determining the proper burial depth, consider factors like soil type, climate, and potential for physical damage. Rocky soil, for example, might require a deeper trench or protective conduit to prevent abrasion of the cable. Similarly, areas with frequent freezing and thawing cycles might necessitate deeper burial to avoid cable damage due to ground movement. Also, think about potential future activities in the area. If there's a chance that the ground might be excavated later for landscaping or construction, a deeper burial depth would provide extra protection for the cable. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions for the specific cable being used. The manufacturer will specify the appropriate installation methods, including burial depth, to ensure the cable's performance and longevity. The National Electrical Code provides a comprehensive set of standards for electrical installations. Its primary focus is on safety. While the NEC doesn't explicitly cover cable TV burial depths, it's crucial to adhere to the code's general principles of safe wiring practices. These principles include using approved wiring methods, protecting cables from physical damage, and ensuring proper grounding. Cable television wiring typically operates at low voltage and carries signals rather than electrical power. It's generally considered less hazardous than standard electrical wiring. However, improper installation can still pose risks such as signal degradation, cable damage, and potential interference with other systems. For instance, a cable buried too shallow might be easily damaged by gardening tools, leading to service disruptions and the need for costly repairs. A cable that's not properly grounded can be susceptible to electrical noise and interference, resulting in poor signal quality. Consider the specific application when determining the appropriate burial depth. For example, a cable running under a driveway or walkway will need to be buried deeper than a cable running through a garden bed. This is because the cable under the driveway will be subjected to much more weight and pressure, increasing the risk of damage. Remember to always consult with local building inspectors or electrical contractors to ensure compliance with all applicable codes and regulations. These professionals have the expertise and experience to guide the project and ensure that the installation is safe, reliable, and up to code. By considering all of these factors, it's possible to determine the appropriate burial depth for cable television wiring, even in the absence of specific requirements in the National Electrical Code. Always prioritize safety, follow best practices, and consult with local authorities to ensure a successful installation. In summary, while the 2002 NEC does not directly specify burial depths for cable television runs to residential dwellings, it's vital to investigate local ordinances, consider industry standards, adhere to manufacturers' instructions, and account for potential hazards and future activities in the area. Always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals to ensure a compliant and reliable installation. This multifaceted approach will ensure the longevity and safe operation of the cable television system. Ignoring any of these factors could lead to future problems, increased costs, and potential safety hazards. Cable television is a vital part of modern homes. Proper installation is a must for consistent connectivity.